These are top three, top four, top five. Honestly, I don't even know how many tops I'm gonna make, but it's at least three. But the top three reasons why you aren't making it, and the top three mistakes that every single brand owner makes. And I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm speaking from experience of seeing other clients that I've worked with. I'm speaking from experience of seeing other brand owners and their brands and how they operate it and what I see in the back end. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is this shit? So, disclaimer, every brand is different, right? So, like, for example, if like every brand is different, like every niche is different, every audience is different. Your customers are different than mine. My customers are different than yours. Nobody is the same. So, obviously, this is an objective mistake that a lot of brand owners make. And I would say I made these mistakes sometimes here, like in the past I did. And I think this is like something that a lot of these brand owners make. So, first off, number one is not reinvesting every single penny back into the business and expecting to make a lot of money from the get-go. Now, I would say like this is understandable, especially if you don't have a job, right? So if your main source of income is your brand and you don't have any other jobs and you have bills to pay, I don't think that's a pretty good situation. I would say try to find a job or a part-time job or something to fund your current lifestyle, and everything you make from your brand should just go back into it. Now, if you take I don't know, if you take like 1,000 out per month or something, like a couple thousand, I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially if you're making like 10K plus. But for the most part, I think you should reinvest everything back into your business. And I think this is the first mistake that I made as well. Like when I first started out, I think like as soon as I hit like 50K plus in revenue altogether with my brand, I would just start buying stuff. You feel me? And like I said, I'm not like a crazy spender, so it's not like I bought like a Louis Vuitton bag or anything like that. But I would buy like nice food, go out more, and just spend a lot of the brand's money on just stuff that I low key didn't need to spend it on. And I think because of that, like my brand didn't grow as fast as it could because I didn't have capital. You guys have to understand the only difference between you making 10K per month versus 50K per month is usually a capital issue. So if you take the capital out, then obviously you won't be able to scale. So that's the first thing that I've learned is capital and just reinvesting everything back into your business. Is it risky? Yes. And I know some people out there are saying like you should have money set aside for yourself, and obviously you should have money for your taxes, stuff like that, whatever. I get it, but like I don't know, let's just say you made 30K in a drop, for example. The fuck did I just I just choked on something. Pause. um but anyways, let's just say you make 30K off your drop, right? That's revenue. If you make 30K off your drop in revenue, let's just say 15K was cost of goods. Now you have 15K technically that you can spend. Some people literally just take the 15K and buy like a Louis Vuitton bag or buy some bullshit or some shit, and now they're just left with what they started. Or worst case scenario, they take the whole 30K out from their bank and just spend it on stupid shit. And I think this is one thing that is going to be more popularized as time goes on because you see a lot of these guys online flexing shit like designer like cars and shit like that, which I understand it. But I think you guys have to be more smart, be a little bit, have a brain and be like, okay, well, if I want my business to grow, should I really try to buy a car right now? Like, answer is no. Usually, 9 times out of 10, unless you're doing like a personal brand thing, but that's a whole different story. Now, second mistake that every single brand owner usually makes is thinking that it's going to take a very short time period for you to get success. And this is something that I second mistake that every single brand owner usually makes is thinking that it's going to take a very short time period for you to get success. And this is something that I especially went through a lot. I think every single brand owner usually um, goes through this thing where, like, I don't know, like you've worked on your business for like 5 6 months now, and you think for some reason you deserve to hit six figures, which I'm not saying that you guys can't, but for the most part, the majority of you guys will not hit six figures within the first 6 months unless you have some sort of advantage. So With that being said, I think for some reason, I think like I said earlier, especially because of social media, everybody thinks that it's normal to hit six figures within the first 30 months or some bullshit like that. You know what I'm trying to say? So, because of that, I personally think it's number one, I get it, but it's also stupid. And number two, I think you guys should look at that as more of like a motivational thing instead of like comparing yourself to them and being angry about, not getting results, and then you just start doing some fuck shit. So, like, for example, um, I'll give an example right now with my business, right? So last month we did 175K. This month, I'm not too sure exactly what we're gonna do. I'm I'm guessing around at least 100K, right? Plus, right? So I don't think it's gonna be 170K exactly. Probably low 100K ish, right? And you might be like, why? Like, what's the issue? Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Like, and like, I feel like the normal person would just like be like, oh, freak out, and then I don't know, like maybe change up their whole website or change up their whole shipping or change up like their whole SMS and just fuck everything over for the worst of it. But I just don't have inventory. You feel me? I just don't have inventory. Like I looked at my ad manager, um, 2 days ago or like yesterday, and half of them are performing bad, very bad, like unprofitable bad. And I was like, why is this happening? And I realized it's because I don't have inventory. Like, obviously, I can't get sales if I don't have inventory. So I wasn't tripping. Now, if I do restock my products and I do have inventory and I still don't get any sales, well, then there's an issue. Then I need to fix whatever the issue is, whatever the case may be, I need to fix it. But usually 9 times out of 10 there's like a specific reason why you're not getting results, and it's always not that big of a deal. It's always some bullshit like inventory management. You just don't have enough inventory, you're not spending enough money on ads, or just some shit like that, right? Or maybe your business in itself is just terrible. So there's so many issues that can arise, but I think a lot of people overcomplicate and overthink, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's also not really a good thing sometimes. So I would say if you guys are watching this video and you have a clothing brand, my bad guys, I just ate Domino's and I keep burping like a motherfucker. Anyways, if you're watching this video and you have a clothing brand, right, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? 9 times out of 10, you're not doing anything specifically wrong, but it's just like, what are you not doing correctly? It's just like, okay, do I not have, like, okay, but you have to look at it from an objective point of view. Like, do I not have enough? Like, okay, let's just say your goal is to hit 10K per month, but you don't have inventory worth 10K per month, and you get mad and angry. Like, really, bro? Like, are you stupid? Are you that stupid? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, why are you getting emotional about it? Like, you just don't have enough inventory. And I think that's just common sense, but some people don't realize it, and they get emotional. And because they get emotional, they start to do shit that they wouldn't do if they weren't, which obviously leads to mistakes. So that's the second mistake that I think a lot of brand owners make, is they get overly emotional, overly overthinking about X situation because of Y. But the problem is that the why could be fixed by simple things, by just waiting. Okay, like I know for a fact right now I'm not getting as many sales, but if I just wait maybe a week and my everything restocks, I'm gonna get more sales. So I'm not tripping. Right now, am I sad that I can't hit? I mean, like I said, I don't know exactly what we're gonna do, but I feel like at this point it's already been a week in the month. Hitting more than 175K is pretty unlikely. Maybe close to it, probably a little bit lower, but like I said, it's my fault at the end of the day because I didn't order enough inventory. But yeah, so that's the second mistake that I think a lot of brand owners make, is they get too emotional, overthink too much, just a bitch. Okay, anyways, final points, final mistake that a lot of these brand owners make. Obviously there's a lot, right, but I'll try to make this one very unique. Okay, so I think the third and final mistake that a lot of these brand owners make is not knowing what they're good at and not prioritizing what they're good at and trying to fix what they're bad at. Now, I will say there is a standard line, right? So like, for example, if you do 2 sessions of, like, okay, I'll give an example. So like, for example, if somebody posts 5 videos on TikTok, this actually happens a lot of times. So like, I have people ask me like, "Yo, my organic marketing is not working. It's not working. I'm not getting any viral videos. Like, what am I doing incorrectly?" And then I ask, "How many videos have you posted?" They usually say, "Oh, 5." Motherfucker posted 5 and he's complaining that he didn't get any views. Like, shut your ass up, bro. You feel me? So like, obviously there's a standard. So if you, let's just say, I don't know, you posted 1,000 videos, okay? From the 1,000 videos you posted, you didn't really try to improve anything. You didn't really look at your analytics. You didn't really look at how it performed. You just posted 1,000 videos and you barely got any views. No viral video at all. No nothing, which is, I would say, pretty impossible, because you posted 1,000 times. But let's just say you didn't get no viral videos. Well, now you know that you're not talented in organic marketing because you put in the work and you put in the hours to prove it, right? So like, for example, if you spent 5 hours, or 5 videos just posting on TikTok, an organic, and you didn't get no viral video, that doesn't count because you only posted 5 videos. But if you posted 1,000, then obviously, if you posted 1,000 and you didn't get no viral video, it's usually a skill issue. Now, with that being said, the problem here, the mistake that a lot of these brand owners make, is number one, they think that they can be the best at everything, okay? They think that they can be the best at organic marketing. They think they can be the best at ads. They think they can be the best at, I don't know, photo shoots. They think they can have the best website. Like, they just want to be the best at everything, which is understandable. But in reality, like, the percentage of that brand owner having those capabilities and those skill sets to be the top best of all of those specific niche categories is very low. So with that being said, because it's very low, what you have to do is you either have to try even harder and maybe, I don't know, like, double down, and let's just say designing is something that you're struggling with and you only design for an hour a day, design for 3 hours a day, bro. You feel me? See how that goes. And same exact thing for if you're good at something, right? So like, for example, if you're good at designing and you're really good at it and you're really talented, double down on it. Now, if you don't want to double down on it, a choice that you can do is to outsource it. But like I said earlier, to my earlier points, you shouldn't outsource anything unless you've actually put the reps in. So I think it's the equivalent of like just trying it for yourself. If you put the reps in, you've done it before, and you would say objectively did a decent amount of work and you still don't get any type of results, then it probably means you're not really talented, because you put the reps in and you still don't get results. Now, with that being said, should you outsource every single bad thing you're doing? No, you don't need to if you don't have the capital. But I would say, as time goes on, the mistake that a lot of brand owners sometimes make is they still try to do everything by themselves, which I'm a very prime example of that. And I think I learned the hard way that you cannot do that. There's so much work that you have to do, and it comes to a point where you have to just outsource it to somebody else that's just better than you, because that will help your business out.